Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in the case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. You know, every week, there's always a shoe kick out. And every other week, there's a bust. So every single week, there's always potential that the yard's gonna blow up or somebody's gonna get chopped up at the very least, because there's some people that's been doing shoe time that come out that probably shouldn't be back out on the compound, but they think they're smarter than everybody else, or maybe they don't respect the car that they're in and assume that they're gonna be allowed to stay. But a lot of these dudes always learn the hard way that when you already been X'd out, your people is not gonna let you stick around, you know? But also, when we get the bus, it's dudes coming from other spot, and there might be people already waiting for them on the yard, because when you come on the bus, they have the people that work in the laundry, and the people that work in laundry, they make a bedroll for you. So with the bedroll comes your clothes with your name and your number. So the people that work in the laundry already know who's coming off the bus. They get a list and they pass it out. You know, they already know who's coming out of the shoe, because like I said, the day before these guys get out of the shoe, they send a laundry list to the laundry room to make bedrolls. Hey, we need 10 bedrolls, 10 people's getting out, and here's their names, the unit they're going to. So when people are coming out of the shoe, they don't know who's on the compound, but everybody on the compound know who's coming out of the shoe and know who's coming off the bus. So the bus comes on this day. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. You know, we get like 20 people off the bus. We get maybe 4 of them in the block. You know, a couple white dudes, a couple black dudes. And like I said, when people come into the unit, you know, they're getting a 3rd degree. Everybody is on them. Bro, you know, if you're white, they're gonna pull up on you. All the white boys gonna pull up on you. Hey, who you run with? They're gonna check your tattoos, because the white gangs in there are at war too. You know, the brand, the California brand, they're at war with the ABT. You know, I think it's because like the Texas AB adopted their name or without their permission. But as far as like the AB, the Aryan Brotherhood, the name, man, there's Florida AB, there's Carolina AB, it's done spread out. But all the Mexicans are at war, and a lot of black dudes are out, you know, they got beef amongst themselves too. You know, depending on what yard you're on, depending what time of day, depending what time of the month, foes become allies, allies become foes. It's just the nature of the beast. So the units, you know, it's just, right now it's about 6, 7 o'clock. Everybody's getting ready to settle in. Because right in Florence, they lock us down like at 8:30. No, 8:45 they lock us down. Yeah, they lock us down pretty early now. They used to lock us down at 10 o'clock, but so in the evening, everybody's trying to rush for a phone. You got lines. You got 4 phones for 120-something inmates, right? You got 32 cells, 2 cells, 164. You know, I think it was a 124 inmates, and you got 4 phones, and you got 6 email computers. So in the evening time, without fail, it's a clusterfuck, trying to get on the phone, trying to get on the email. So my cell is, I think it's 121 or 123. It's right by the native TV. It's in the middle of the unit. You know, the unit is a triangle. So when you come out this way, coming out the hallway this way, I'm in the middle. And it's our TV, our table, and the phone is right there. So I'm sitting on the pole. I'm in line waiting on the phone. There's probably like 6, 7 guys in front of me. Rudy's waiting on the phone. And so I'm watching TV and I see Rudy go get up to get on the phone, but this new guy that just came off the bus, big light-skinned black dude, he just picks up the phone and gets on there. And Rudy's like, hey man, what you doing? I'm next. And he's like, no, I'm using the phone, right? And you know, that's my dog. So I'm watching the situation. I'm not jumping up, reacting, or anything like that. I'm just watching the situation because you don't ever want to, you know, your body language can affect the situation, can take something from an anthill to a mountain by your demeanor. Because if somebody's in a conversation or in a disagreement and they look over the guy's shoulder and see that his homeboys are bulking up or getting an aggressive posture, well, that might trigger the dude to react because out of fear or out of anger that what the fuck these dudes doing in my business. So when any of my homeboys are in a conversation or anything that looked like it might go sideways, I look, I just observe, but quietly in the background, because the conversation doesn't have anything to do with me until I make it have something to do with me. Until then, I aid and assist. And I can't aid and assist until there's something to aid and assist. So just kick back. So I'm watching the interaction between Rudy and this dude, but then I see, I think his name's El Mac. Yeah, or Mac. He's a Crip dude, Crip homie that he's done time with a few of my homies in different spots. So when he came on in Florence, me and him got kind of cool. So I see him wave Rudy over to the other phone on the other end, and whatever, nothing happened. I wait for my turn. I get on the phone, whatever. So we get locked down. 6 o'clock, doors pop. Like I said, I live at 121 or 123, right in the center. So when I come out, you know, I have my routine. I go get my hot water, make my cup of coffee, set up my chair by the pole in front of my cell, and post up and observe, and just wait for the day to start. So same shit, same routine. Come out, pull my chair out, sit down, make myself a cup of coffee. Then I hear, the commotion, like, your feet, the feet shuffling, the chair dragging. Just loud noise automatically tells you, hey, something negative is happening. And you get the adrenaline rush because you don't know what's going on. You don't know if that's got anything to do with you or your people or whatever. You just know there's a scuffle going on, boom. So bam, but it's right above me. So I think, and I look, and it's that light-skinned dude from last night that jumped the phone on Rudy. But it wasn't Rudy that was on him. It was a DC dude named Talib or something. I think it's Talib.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
And he's up there, and Talib, we come to find out, knows that martial arts stuff. So we look up, and I see him. He's up there hitting the dude with the lock. Bop, 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 bop. I mean, he's locking the shit out of this dude early in the morning. And these dudes are, and I come to find out, they were cellies. They just came off the bus together, and they got put in that cell upstairs together. And for whatever reason, you got first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock, bing, 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 bing. Dude's busting him in the head with a lock. Bah, bah, bah. And dude's taking it. Dude's a big ass dude. But I mean, he's not like taking it where he's fighting back because a couple of those hits stun him and he's just sitting there. Ding, ding, ding. And then next thing you know, I don't know if whatever he got broke or got loose. Khalid just started piecing him up. Beat, 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 beat. Until the police, till they hit the deuces. The police came, sprayed him down or whatever, and took them all out to the shoe. I mean, yeah. So, like assessing that situation, because, you know, I didn't know exactly what transpired because I'm just sitting there when Rudy and that light-skinned dude had the exchange. But, you know, whenever they, you know, because they locked us down when they come in, when there's a fight in the unit, they come in, they yell everybody to lock down in their cells while they contain the situation. So once they contain the situation, clean everything up or whatever, they open the door back up. So when we come out, you know, I'm going right to the phone. My cell is right there. So Rudy comes, gets in line for the phone, and he's like, "Damn, because that motherfucker saved me." I was like, "What happened?" Because that motherfucker jumped me on the phone last night, and man, I was so heated. But like I said, the homie Matt, the Crip homie, had a phone had opened up, and he had called Rudy over to go use that phone. So, but you know, but that kind of thing is perceived as disrespect. So Rudy been sitting in the cell all night, festering over that shit, making, you know, plotting and planning. But, you know, fortunately for Rudy, or fortunately for that dude, when the doors busted open, he already had pissed somebody else off, the DC dude who pieced him up. I say fortunately for dude and fortunately for Rudy is because Rudy's not gonna go over there with a padlock. You know, he's a member of the Texas inmate. They're not gonna go and fist fight. They're not gonna go and try to hit you with a lock or a rock. When they go and put in work, when they feel they have to do something to you, it's in their like byline. It's like mandatory for them. If you're gonna do something, you better go and stab this dude and try to kill this dude. So I said it was fortunate for both parties for that light-skinned dude because, like, I don't know him. I never met him. He just came off the bus. But there's something psychologically fucked up about him because, or he's on a suicide mission. Because if you already been in the penitentiary and been at other spots, then you already know there's certain things that you can't do. There's certain ways you have to conduct yourself or somebody gonna deal with you. So him being transferred to Florence, it's either he's already been doing that and been getting beat up all these other yards, or this was brand new and he just like was just like, fuck it. I don't want to kill myself, so I'm just gonna fucking do shit to make other people want to kill me. And there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that are suicidal like that. Not suicidal where they're gonna go hang themselves or cut their wrist, but they're suicidal like they don't give a fuck. So they're gonna go burn people, they're gonna be disrespectful because they're just hoping that somebody will free them from the situation that they're in, from the 20 years that they're doing, or the 100 years, or the multiple life sentence. There's dudes in there that are miserable like that. You know, because when I'm hustling, you know, I have people owe me money, and I see scandalous shit that goes on in the game. And I'm always like, in the beginning, it was like, why would this motherfucker risk his life for a couple stamps, for a few books of stamps, trying to get over on somebody or whatever? And it took me a long time to understand that. Like, because, you know, to me, it's like, why would you want to get killed over a couple stamps or being disrespectful to somebody that was unnecessary? So I'm like, you don't value your life? Like, is your life worth a couple books? You know what I mean? Your life worth getting in line in chow 30 seconds, getting your tray 30 seconds earlier because you cut somebody off? So it was hard for me to understand why these people behave like that. But eventually I did. You know, like these dudes, they don't care anymore. you know, to me, they've lost hope. Not like they're not walking around moping around or crying or anything, but they're just like, fuck it. They're resigned to their fate. They're already like, man, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it home anyway. I'm not gonna live long enough to ever see the streets again. So while I'm here, fuck it. Fuck everybody. Somebody gonna kill me. And it's a fucked up mentality. It's a sad because that they have to, that their situation is what it is, where they feel that way. But it's also fucked up because they're trying to, you know, they're on a suicidal mission, but they're not trying to kill themselves. They're trying to get somebody else to do it. And that somebody else might be you. Another dude that's just trying to do his time, minding his business. But here comes this dude that wants to die and wants to use you to do it. Nobody, I mean, he wins if you kill him, but you assed up. You fucked up. And all you did was mind your business. So there's just a lot of different traps that you can get yourself into while you're in there. That's why you're always going to hear me repeating that shit. Like, once you're behind that wall, homie, there's no guarantee you coming back home. Welcome to the USP.